getting ready to start my council session, so what's up? Saw that. I saw that. So what else you got? Calendar because I got a whole bunch. We're in the middle of budget meetings right now. Got my phone. What time is it? No, it's not 11:30. It's 12:57 when we started. Oh, on that. Okay. Again, I'll look and I'll let you know. What else you got? Okay. I've seen that. Let me go back to my email see, but I gotta get ready to start my council meeting. You need to send the information to all of them in order to do a special meeting. I can't. President. I didn't have my phone. I was talking on it. I'm talking on it like, oh, I don't have my phone. Yeah, I do. Oh my goodness. No, no, no. I just in a whole different. All right. You at Katie? No, I'm looking for you over here. All right. I'm talking on the phone. Talking about. Oh my God. You know my head is all over the place, right? You done ready? Right. Wow. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and please remain standing for the invocation to be delivered by Pastor Alicia Woods, University United Methodist Church. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Creator of the universe, we thank you for your creation, including the creativity you have gifted each one of us. Today, be with the Common Council as they make decisions that affect us all. We ask that you guide them to make decisions with compassion and for the greater good of our city. As we move forward together, let us all be working towards a city where violence and hate have no safe harbor. Let us be focused on hope and love in all that we do, whether it's big or small, for the rest of our days. May it be so. Amen.
Would the clerk please call the roll?
Yes, Madam President. Counselor Cotwell. Counselor Machoke. Counselor Peniagua. Counselor Gathers. Counselor Nave. Counselor Hogan. Counselor Williams. Jones Rouser. Counselor Mato. All present.
May I have a motion to approve the March 11th meeting? May I have a second? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous.
Now is the time and place for a public hearing. Would the clerk please read the short title?
Yes, Madam President, this public hearing is relative to item number 45 on the agenda, authorizing the name of a portion of Syracuse Inner Harbor to Progress Park pursuant to General Ordinance number 18, 2023.
Is there anyone here to speak in favor of the proposal? Please state your name and your address at the mic.
My name is Jess Posner, that's Posner, and my address is 507 Beatty Street in Syracuse. Should I just begin? Oh, okay.
2 minutes.
I would love to graciously ask for 3 minutes if it's possible.
2 minutes.
Okay. My name is Jess Posner, and I am a member of the LGBTQ community in Syracuse. I worked with Jimmy Monto to bring the CNY Pride Festival and Parade back after the early COVID-19 shutdowns. Over the last 2 years, we've grown Pride into a one-day celebration with 15,000 of our closest friends. But Pride is not just a party. It's an important opportunity to be yourself, be seen, and be surrounded by love and support. In a time when LGBTQ Two-Spirit Plus rights are under attack and anti-trans violence is prevalent, proudly standing in your truth is an act of courage and hope. I invite the counselors to stand with us in considering the opportunity to name this park Progress Park. Those of us working for trans and queer liberation face aggression that seeks to erase us from public life. There are almost 500 anti-LGBTQ bills across the country in 2024, and it is only March. Our government is currently funding a war across the world, which makes it more dangerous to be both Muslim and Jewish here at home. Our Black, Brown, and Native siblings still face daily violence due to ongoing colonialism. But LGBTQ people exist across all dimensions of diversity in society. Here, we always have been, and we always will be. Renaming this park to Progress Park is a symbolic gesture that affirms our city not only as a sanctuary to immigrants, refugees, and new Americans, but to trans, queer, and two-spirit people. It signifies our commitment to investing in life and teaching each other how to live together and love that sacred gift of life. It is a glimmer of hope during a time we desperately need it. Working on CNY Pride Festival and Parade has been a privilege, providing a sense of safety and celebration to thousands of people in our community on this one very special day. Naming this park Progress holds power as it symbolizes that our values of liberation, love, and acceptance are not limited to one day, but guide us every single day. It would be a gift to our city, to our state, and to every LGBTQ plus person around the world who is watching us to know that our city, that our elected officials, and that our community organizers proudly proclaim a belief in a better tomorrow here at home. Thank you so much for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Is there anyone else here that would like to speak? Is there anyone else here that would like to speak in favor? Is there anyone here that would like to speak in opposition? Is there anyone here that would like to speak in opposition? Hearing none, we are going to move this call this public hearing closed, and it will go on our legislation. All righty. Are there any petitions?
No, Madam President.
Are there any committee reports? Oh, hang on 1 second. Amir hit first, and then you, Counselor. All righty.
Thank you, Madam President. On the date of February 28th of 2024 at 2 p.m., the Public Works Committee had a committee meeting in regards to replacing the lead pipes throughout the city of Syracuse. And I'd like to commend Commissioner Awald, the Commissioner of Water, and his staff, and also our fellow counselors for being representative there, and also for his quick response to the questions and concerns that we had. Thank you.
Counselor Williams.
At 11 a.m., the Finance, Taxation, and Assessment Committee held a committee meeting regarding entering into a shelter rent agreement with Maria Regina Housing Development Fund Corporation, LLC. Similarly, I would like to thank Commissioners OJ and Collins for their insight into this matter.
Are there any more committee reports? All righty. Are there any communications?
No, Madam President.
All right. Counselor Hogan. Thank you, Counselor. Item 9A, are there any objections? Discussion? Counselor Hogan?
We'll move this item forward. I am satisfied with the information I have garnered from the committee meeting and the conversations with the administration. However, I remain dissatisfied with the timing and intent of events surrounding this issue of raises. While the council approved the non-union raise study and set aside monies for both the raises and the study, the timing of these raises and the addition of the COLA initiated a few months after the raises, and the sideline dispute about the half-hour lunch hour are not a recipe for good management practices or labor peace. I have commended the administration before on the signing of all labor contracts of the represented workers. I am not in favor of opening these labor contracts, nor am I in favor of a union study without a defined end result. I would urge the administration, the unions, to come to some sort of mutual agreement using readily available data from surrounding municipal entities to adjust on hourly disparities between our workers and theirs. With the obstacles we will face in the near future when President Biden's ARPA money runs out, we will need to do better, and we need to do it together. Thank you, President Hudson.
Righty. All right. I have item 10. I want to introduce it, and, got to vote on Pat's. All righty. Item 9A, are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous.
Thank you. I have item 10. I would like to introduce it and urge its adoption. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous.
Thank you. Councilor Hogan.
Thank you, President Hudson. I have Resolution 11 I'd like to introduce and urge its adoption.
Thank you. Item 11. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous.
Councilor Caldwell.
Madam President, blessing to all. I have items 12 through 16, 12, 13, 15, and 16 will be held. 14 will be withdrawn. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Majuk.
Thank you, Madam President. I have items 17 and 18. I would like to introduce them and urge their adoption.
Thank you. I got to flip back one. I'm sorry. On Councilor Caldwell items, all items are being held except for 14, which is being withdrawn. All righty. Sorry, Councilor Majuk. Got you back.
Well, I have item 17 and 18, and I would like to introduce them and urge their adoption.
Thank you. Item 17, are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 18, are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous.
Thank you. Councilor Paniagua.
Good afternoon, everybody. I have items 19 and 20. I would like to introduce them and urge for their adoption.
Thank you. Item 19, are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 20, are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President. I have items 21 through 33. I would like to introduce and urge their adoption. 21 through 33, 32.
32 is not, yeah, 32 is
Yes,
withdrawn.
yep, 32 is withdrawn. Sorry.
All righty. Item 21. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 22. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 23. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 24. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 25. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 26. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 27. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 28. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 29. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 30. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 31. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 32 is being withdrawn. Item 33. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
Thank you. Counselor Hogan.
Thank you, President Hudson. I have items 34, 35, 36, and 37 I'd like to introduce and urge their adoption.
Thank you. Item 34. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 35. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 36. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 37. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
Thank you. Counselor Hogan.
Thank you, President Hudson. This is item 38, and I'd like to hold this for pending the meeting on March 13th
At 5:30.
at 5:30. Thank you for correcting me on that time.
Thank you. All righty, Counselor Williams.
Thank you, Madam President. I would like to introduce items 39 through 44 and urge their adoption.
Thank you. Item 39. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 40. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 41. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 42. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 43. Are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 44, are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous.
You, Counselor Monto.
Thank you, President Hudson. I have item number 45. I would like to introduce it and urge its adoption.
Thank you. Item 45, are there any objections?
You don't want to read it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I overstepped. Read your legislation.
Advancing gradual betterment, especially the development of humankind. While renaming the park is a way to celebrate and honor the progress that we have made as humans here in Syracuse, New York, it should also serve as a stark reminder of just how fragile that progress can be. The legislative victories that expanded the legal and civil rights for the people on the margins are under attack. I refer to it as living in rewind, watching the erosion of the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act, the Fair Housing Act, watching women's rights be trampled upon, books being banned, and Black and Indigenous history being erased from our school curriculum. At the same time, watching violence and hate rhetoric against LGBTQ people and other marginalized communities constantly on the rise. So, in June, as the beautifully diverse parade marches forward through the Inner Harbor, ending in the newly named Progress Park, I want everyone to be mindful that as we fight to progress forward, there are forces actively working to push us back. In an effort to keep Syracuse on the march forwards towards progress, I graciously urge the Council's adoption. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Item 45, are there any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous.
Thank you. We have now concluded our meeting. May I have a motion to adjourn? May I have a second? Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.